Hello everyone, welcome to a video that, I mean, if you're seeing it, you're seeing it, but as of filming time, I have no idea whether or not I'm gonna be posting this or not. I just got washed up for bed, so if my hair looks a little wet, it's because I washed my face, brushed my teeth. I know, you wouldn't think wet hair would necessarily go with a washed face, but you know, some of us are not as neat and tidy as others. Much like my emotional state. Wow, what a segue that I wasn't even planning on. I have been thinking a lot lately, especially tonight though, and before anyone tries to I don't even know why people do this, but how about we don't guess who I'm talking about? You guys, for all you know, have never seen, never met, know nothing about this person that I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to refer to them as them, so that you don't even know, boy, girl, otherwise. It'll just be a case of them, and this actually isn't even necessarily about one person, but really just a pattern of people in my life and me trying to figure out, you know, is this pattern happening because of me in terms of I'm the problem, or is it in terms of I just pick the wrong people to surround myself with? I don't want to believe that that's the case. I'm much more comfortable thinking that I'm the problem, because at least then it puts things into my control. And I know that's not me deflecting all of the blame, though. Please don't think that. Also, I have a lot of blame to take on, and I have taken it on, and I've tried apologizing anyways, and I always thought that my apologies were accepted, only to find out that they weren't, and this is all gonna be so vague. I apologize in advance, but I'm really struggling to figure out, and this is I hate it, because it's just because this happens with one or two or three or however, you know, few people, but they're really important people in your life or whatever, so it feels like everyone when it really is just one or just two, whatever. It feels like the people in my life, and this is always, I've always felt this way, whether it's true or not. And then even just talking about it, I'm like, God, I sound like such a victim. That's not what I'm trying to do. That's not what I want to sound like. It's really just me trying to figure stuff out so I can improve in the future. But just trying to figure out why I'm so disposable. And so easily disposable at that. I don't know. I've always liked to think that I'm a good friend overall. I obviously mess up. I obviously am not perfect. I'm very far from. And I know that in particular this one person that I'm thinking of mostly tonight here, I know that what I did in the past if I could take it back, I would. I really would. And on top of that, I wish I knew exactly what I did. I think it was the one time that I ever got blackout drunk. And I have a sense of what I did, but I don't remember exactly. I just know that I said some really awful and hurtful things that I think for this person, it probably felt very out of left field, out of nowhere. But to me, because I have a horrible habit, or at least I used to, I don't know that I do anymore. But I used to have this horrible habit of thinking that, people should, that whole thing like, I'm not going to tell you why you should apologize, you should just know. I expected people to just be able to read my mind, which is so ridiculous. And, I think part of it had to do with age, and then part of it had to do with... Honey... I know. Yeah? Part of it being, years of undiagnosed and unmedicated mental health disorders. Like I said, that sense of, it's almost a sense of entitlement, I feel like, that I expected people to just, know how I was feeling. So to me it wasn't out of left field, because to me I had been really upset with this person for these things that I really had no business being upset at them about, but I was, because I was struggling in my own way, and I took it out on them, and I shouldn't have. I mean, it's very clear that I shouldn't have. Knowing what's in my head, or what was in my head at the time, I can kind of put the pieces together as to what I probably said that was so upsetting and hurtful, but it's not acceptable what I did, how I did it, and I've always been deeply sorry for it. But even though I have apologized in the past, and I thought that, my apology was accepted, and that my actions changing moving forward were enough to show that I was sorry, more so than just saying it. And then it turns out, I find out all these years later that it's not the case. And that this person that I loved so deeply as a friend, they didn't and don't even want to hear me out. And that's their right, It is. It doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. That they can't, or they don't want to, I don't know. But they're allowed to feel how they feel, but I wish people, not just this one person, but people in general, could really be a little more sympathetic or understanding of people, who have had mental health issues, actual, messy brains, to put it lightly. I wish people could not take it as an excuse, like, oh, so, I shouldn't have to be upset at what Cassie did because Cassie had depression and all this stuff. No. Like, that's not what I'm trying to say. But, like, to be able... I wish people would be able to be like, okay, Cassie was really struggling with depression, really deep-seated depression, and, she was going about it completely incorrectly, and what she did was very hurtful, but she acknowledges that, and hasn't repeated said things, and so, I don't know. I mean, saying it that way, it makes it sound like it should be so easy, but at the same time, I know that, mental health struggles you're not, it still had to have hurt this person, what I said, the things I said. I guess I just wish that, I don't even know. Like I said, I didn't realize, but yet, like I said, I've always felt disposable, and so it stinks, to put it lightly, to realize how disposable I am. There have been a few relationships friendship and otherwise that in my life maybe four-ish, maybe more. And some of them, to this day, I don't think I did anything. I mean, like I said, this one that I've been talking about, I know that what I said was, it was very wrong of me. These other ones, though, I don't know that I did, which almost makes it harder to understand. How they could throw me away so easily. I don't even know. I don't know where I'm going with this. If it's going anywhere, it's probably not. Have I just had this collection of chins the whole time? That's cute. That's okay. I don't know, you guys. I'm just feeling lonely and garbagey. Not fun. Maybe it is more. That person, that person, that person, that person, that person, that person. Fuck. It's at least 6 people. 6 very prominent people in my life. That just poof. Left. Like I said, I know I'm not perfect. But shoot. You wanna make a person feel like real, complete, utter trash. give them all your love for years and years on end, and then just throw them away. It's done wonders for me anyways. That repeated feeling. God, like I said, I just feel like I sound like such a victim. I'm not trying, you guys. I have done many things over the years to finally take my mental health and everything into my own hands. But my relationship with me is a one-way street, and my relationship with other people is not. So, my mental health is in my control. Relationships are only half in my control. And that's hard. I guess I wish I knew what it felt like to be someone's number one, you know? Because the times where I think I was someone's number one, I didn't realize at the time that I was. And times where I thought I was someone's number one, I wasn't. That sucks. I just want to know what that feels like. You know. To have a friend that could say, like, for certain, if I could pick any friend in the world, Cassie would be the one. I don't have that. And as a partner, I definitely don't have that. You know? And I wish I did. Like I said, I just wish I had a person in my life that I know 100% for certain they could say, Cassie's the one. Maybe someday.